We have people coming on. Hi, my YouTube family. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching from in the world. My name is FifiRich. I'm a makeup artist and an inspirator. And today I'm with my mom. As you guys can see, we are going to be doing Mary Who Is Ready. And today we're starting on a series of segments called Divorce Dynamics. We're going to be dealing with the effects of divorce, the kind of consequences that divorce carries on a person, on their surroundings, on their children as well. And so please stay tuned and stay with us. On Facebook, we're going to be coming live every day for this, every day this weekend, next weekend. I believe that Anya's mama is going to be here with me. So welcome, Mama. Let me just take this time to welcome my mom. Those of you guys that don't know my mom, this is her. She's visiting. She's around just for some time. So you're welcome on board. This is my YouTube channel, and this is where I do my makeup work, and this is where I showcase, other programs, other impactful work, such as Maybe Who's Reading, which is why we're here. On YouTube is also where I have programs like Let's Talk, where I do my makeup live, and then I'll have a topic to discuss live. I have programs like the Greater Impact Corner on YouTube, where I deal with inner healing, spirit, soul, and body. So that's one of the programs that I have. Among other things, also makeup tutorials. So I kind of have to tilt towards my mom, because on Facebook the camera has to be this way and not this way. It has to be vertical, right? So thank you so much, Mama, for this opportunity to have you on today and to just speak with you concerning divorce dynamics. I know that by experience you are very knowledgeable when it comes to issues around divorce, when it comes to issues around a marriage that didn't go so well and didn't end so well, because this is your testimony. This is where you are coming from, with my dad. But by the grace of God, here we are. You managed to raise me up to be the woman that I am today by the grace of God. I think I turned out well. Didn't I turn out well? I think I turned out well, despite all the hardship. Yes, so I just want to welcome you and say thank you for making time. I proposed this to you, and I said, Mama, you gotta do miracles with me, and I'm incorporating my Thank you so much for being here, Pastor. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, and more grace to you. So we're just talking about, oh, here's Diamond Sonia. She says, hello there, thumbs up, done. Thank you so much, Diamond Sonia. Please share me out and let other people know that we are here, okay? So, Mama, divorce dynamics. Your partner says they're leaving. What goes through the mind of a person? First of all, when a partner is just about to say, I am gonna file for a divorce, is it something that you can see coming? Is it something that you can say, I knew it? Is it you have an instinct about this, or does it usually just come as a shock?
Thank you.
Hi, Boss Lady P. Thank you for being here.
Hi, viewers. Let me appreciate you. Let me appreciate FifiRich. FifiRich is my daughter.
Amen.
And I raised her single-handedly after a divorce. Yeah. But I'm a very proud divorcee. I'm happy because though it was
Thank you, Mommy.
difficult, though it was heartbreaking, we managed.
By the grace.
By the grace of God, we managed to get through.
Amen.
We managed to pass through all stages of grief together, and here we are. We are happy, and all is well.
Amen.
Okay, let me get back to the topic. The topic here is divorce dynamics, and she has already unpacked it. She says it's all about the consequences, the effects of divorce on people getting divorced, on children, on the environment, or everyone around them. So that is where we are now. And she has asked a very big one says, I'm divorcing, I'm filing for divorce. As another one, as another partner, do you see that coming, or does it come as a shock?
Yeah.
To that, I would say, in most cases, it doesn't come as a shock, because that is something that has been building up. That has been that is something that has been, there have been some red flags, what we call red flags, the signs or signals that the marriage is not taking the direction it has been intended for. So it's not a shock. It doesn't come as a shock. It comes as something another partner has long seen coming, depending on the relationship that has been souring and souring and souring over a certain period of time.
Wow. Wow. So it's like over a period of time. It means that by the time somebody divorces, the partner is most likely to know that this thing is coming. They most likely
very much so, very much so.
Coming. Wow. And so is it like they see changes in behavioral patterns over time, that this person needs to be consistent in this, now they're not doing it, this person needs to be like this, now they're not doing it, the behavior has changed, so now I can just almost tell that this thing is coming?
Actually, the very first red flag, the very first red flag is the behavioral pattern.
Wow.
In one of the partners.
Wow.
Or in both partners. Some changes just take place.
Wow.
Depending on how the marriage turns out. The issues pertaining to divorce, or the issues leading to divorce.
Wow.
So as you grow together, as you stay together as a husband and a wife, you tend to have some conflicts, some misunderstandings. You tend to have some a lot happens in marriage.
If you're just coming in, please just comment so that we can shout you out to say, hey, I'm here, so that we can appreciate you. Okay, thank you so much. Just stay with us. We want to know who you are and where you're watching us from, because we love you so much and we want to grow together. Okay, sorry, Mama, continue. Yeah, I just see people coming on, but we can't really see, so it's good when they comment so that we can say, hey, thank you for being here. Yeah, sorry, Mama, continue, please.
Thank you, Pastor Fumi.
Yeah,
for acknowledging me.
Pastor Fumi says your mother is beautiful.
Thank you.
It's really a blessed, my sister.
It's just God's grace.
Amen.
That's how amazing the grace is.
Amen.
Okay.
Amen.
So I was saying, a lot of things take place in marriage. Natural, unnatural, normal, abnormal. So many things take place.
Yeah.
And as you go through all those happy moments, sad moments, challenging moments, you get to know if you are managing the marriage hiccups, or you really can't take it. You really can't take it.
Wow.
So in the event that the marriage doesn't work, one of the partners is bound to call it quits.
Wow, Mama.
For whatever reasons.
Yeah. But even if you've seen it coming, or you just see differences in behavior patterns over time, it does not take away from the fact that divorce is excruciating. It is just like death. You know, it doesn't take away from the fact that you will still have to go through the real consequences of divorce. And now I want us to maybe just get into that Mama, what would be hi, Chris Lesley. Hi, Chris. Thank you for coming. Please share us out while dealing with some very serious things here, matters of life, the issues of life. Yeah, Diamond Sonia on YouTube says, "Hey Fifi, I love your headband. Thank you." Says, "Can you now hear us very well?" YouTube, thank you. Let us know if you're on Makeup with FifiRich. Also, let us know. Yeah. So, Mama, the thing is that what are some of the factors that lead Kifile also? Hi Kifile, thank you so much for coming. What are some of the factors that lead to a person now leaving the marriage and saying I'm divorcing? Do you know any factors that we can look into that
there are just too many factors, so many of them.
We talked about incompatibility.
Yes. Firstly, it could be an issue of incompatibility. In most cases, it's all about incompatibility.
Wow.
Usually when people fall in love, when people are in love, they get so crazy. Life is so rosy, everything is so good. No responsibilities, no anxieties, no fears, no worries, nothing.
Wow.
People are just looking at the two of them.
The rosy life.
Yes,
that's the rosy part.
Yes. And they don't plan for challenges. They don't plan for responsibilities that are coming with the marriage.
Wow.
So they never think along those lines. They just think about fun. They think about,
the good times.
Making good times, having good time together, excitement, going places, touring, or doing certain things together. People, you just get so in your own world.
Yeah.
But the moment you get into marriage, that is when now the reality of the relationship comes in.
Wow.
And what is that reality? The reality is that you are in a covenant, you are in a bond with someone you never grew with. You are in a bond. You get into a bond of living together permanently until death separates you.
Wow. Sorry, Mama. I like how you say you are getting into a bond with somebody you never grew up with.
Yes.
That's another element that is very important to consider, because this is two different individuals, two independent individuals coming together on the premise of being married, and sometimes we forget to recognize the fact that this person is their own individual. They're coming from wherever they're coming from. They're a product of different circumstances and exposures and experiences. And I'm also coming to this person as an independent person with my own exposures, with my own experiences, with my own, with my own background. So we forget to marry these things, but we just come and expect that you should be like this, they should be like this. And then that's also a cause for conflict. So I like to just not.
And when you get into marriage, a lot of times you have some expectations about the partner. And in most cases, you expect this person to be what you want him or her to be.
Wow.
Forgetting that you are two independent people.
Wow.
with different tastes, with different interests, with different likes, dislikes, and so forth.
So we have to remember the compatibility part.
Yes, that's the compatibility I'm getting to.
Okay.
I'm getting to the compatibility issue. So, no two people can be 100% alike. Meaning that you cannot have, you will never on any day come across a person 100% like you.
Wow.
A person with 100% of your likes, your dislikes, your taste and distaste and whatever.
Yeah.
You should know that you are likely to get 6 out of 10 of what you look forward to the partner.
Wow.
And what about the other 4? It means you have to be in a position to compromise.
You have to compromise.
Yes, marriage is about compromise.
You
You like football, the partner doesn't like football.
Yeah.
What you do is a matter of, you don't start seeing this person as
some way they're weird.
As somebody weird.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't like what you like, or he doesn't like what you like.
That's right.
You don't battle to reshape the person. So there are, in most cases.
Hi, Fana. Thank you for coming.
That's good.
Yes.
Hi, Kobe.
Yeah.
So in most cases, you find that incompatibility is all about discovering that age. I really can't. This person has got maybe only 2 out of 10 of what I look forward to in a man or in a woman.
Yeah.
Only 2 out of 10.
Yeah.
So that is when the problem comes in. You realize that here it's a non-starter.
Wow.
We can't go on like this. This can't be a lifetime commitment.
So 2 people can meet, Mama, and they love each other like soul to soul, bad, and yet they are not compatible.
Yeah, they are not compatible.
But they overlook that and go ahead and get married, and then this thing catches up with them.
Yes.
The incompatibility, and then it leads to separation. That's just crazy.
Yes. Sometimes these 2 people, they know that somewhere, somehow, they don't match, but they force matters.
Wow.
If I were to give an example, you can imagine a very staunch Christian who is so much into moral standards, such a moral standards. And this person, let me give a funny example. Maybe this person hates alcohol, and then he gets married to a woman who loves alcohol so passionately.
Wow.
And this man would say, let me just get into that. Maybe with time, I'll change her. Maybe with time, she will become a better person.
Yeah.
And
it doesn't happen.
It
doesn't change people. It's actually, I understand marriage amplifies who they are.
Yes.
If they were beating you before they marry you, when they marry you, it just works.
So that is where we are now.
Wow.
So a lot of times marriage is dissolved because of the issue of incompatibility, discovering or having done it purposely, and pretend like you never knew, but you have seen the person. They say the leopard does not change its spots. So if you marry the leopard, know that the spots will remain.
And they'll always be there.
Yes.
Wow.
Another reason for marriage, for divorce. Yes, another reason for divorce. Sometimes people are in love. They are compatible. Everything is fine. But the moment they get into marriage means higher responsibilities. It means a change of life from maybe young adulthood into a more mature adulthood.
Because nothing is just about yourself.
Yes, and some people, they don't outgrow their habits of young adulthood. You are so used to maybe spending as you like. It's your money, it's your salary. You just enjoy it. When you get into marriage, it means no. It's no longer your money alone. It's the family resources.
Wow.
Family plans.
Yeah.
So it means you have to adjust your life and then accommodate the family, accommodate your partner, accommodate the children that you are going to have. If you are planning to have children, you have to get ready.
Wow.
And adjust. And some people are never in any position to adjust.
Wow.
Especially if they love money so much. There are people who really love money, and it's difficult for them to part with money.
Yeah.
So you can imagine being that kind of a person. You don't like parting with the cents from your pocket. And then you have these big responsibilities.
It's not going to work out.
It's not going to work out.
Exactly.
Because you will always feel like my money is my money. And you can imagine someone in marriage having own money and having the wife or the husband having their own money.
Wow.
That's not how marriage should work.
That's not how it is. And another thing, Mama, we spoke about, we just talked about for opportunity. People end up leaving because they got married for opportunity in the first place. They leave because now whatever they wanted to achieve, they had a motive when they were entering, and whatever they wanted to achieve, they've now achieved it, and now they are ready to go.
Very, very.
And they leave so aggressively, they don't even care. They're so merciless. So that's another thing. And we talked about it can be on two angles, like both sexes can do that. There are women that get into marriage because of what they can get from this man. And now, once they got what they want from this man, they end up leaving.
Yes, that's the third reason.
Yeah.
One of the major reasons for divorce is the reason
opportunity
behind marriage.
Motive.
Which the wrong motive behind marriage. When you get married, the most important critical question that should come into your mind as a man or a woman is why? Why do I get married? Why do I want to get into this lifetime
commitment?
Do I really mean it? Do I understand it? Do I understand what I'm getting myself into?
Yeah.
So nowadays,
and comment once you let us know you're here so that we can shout you out. Okay, give me a like if this is useful to you. Thank you.
Nowadays, a lot of people get into marriage for wrong reasons.
Wow.
And those reasons are the ones which usually culminate into divorce.
Whoa.
People get into marriage, some for the opportunity to climb up the ladder of success.
So they're using people.
They are using
someone.
People. Yes. Somebody knows that I would like to achieve ABC in life. I would like to have a big house. I would like to have a big car, drive a big car. I would like to do this and this and that. But he or she knows that alone it would be difficult. It would be a nightmare.
So they look for somebody.
So they look for some kind of financial partnership. They got into marriage to get financial assistance. Then they will accumulate whatever they have long wanted to with the assistance of their partner, because marriage is partnership.
Wow.
And usually encourage people. People are encouraged to get into in community property.
Oh yeah.
Because we believe that is love.
Yeah.
That's what love is about.
You share.
You share whatever you have. What is yours is mine. Yes.
What's mine is yours.
So once people are married in community property,
yeah.
the one with a hidden agenda,
Mm.
with the wrong motives for
Mm.
marriage, it will take time before the person gets exposed. That is the person who will not want to spend his or her salary. That is one person who would be very stingy, but he would make sure he would take advantage of another partner who is blinded by love.
Wow.
Who would spend in the name of the family.
Wow.
So you get into debt, who would get loans to maybe make life comfortable for the family. And this other partner with a hidden agenda would be watching closely for this other one who is like a fool, who would be spending on this. And then he would be spending on big projects. When you buy food, you buy
the smaller things.
Yes, you spend on amenities of life, not investments. The clever one usually spends on investments. And he would use this one maybe to purchase a car. But the car is not an investment. It's just something that can that can lose value anytime. If it's losing value, the more you drive it, the more it loses value.
Wow.
And then you buy food, you spend on groceries, you spend on electricity, water, all these things.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to have all these things in your life along with the project. So the clever ones, they monopolize. They capitalize, rather I wanted to say they capitalize in those big projects.
Wow.
While the other partner is helping them with amenities.
Yeah. Hi, watcher, please just let us know you're here so that we can shout you out. If you're on Makeup with FifiRich page, we are only audible, but if you want to see us, you can come on my page, Bernice Moutswi FifiRich. Just say hi with a comment, just give us a like if this is useful, and please share it. You never know who you're helping. If you're on YouTube, please thank you so much. Kindly subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you like us. Also, if you're on Facebook, thank you so much. Yeah, Mama, you were still saying. I mean, I just wanted to ask Kore, and when somebody is in the marriage because what they can get, is there a way we can tell? Can somebody just pinpoint and say, no, this, something is not very okay here? Is there a way that I can start to just identify that this person is an opportunist? They're not in this marriage because they want to be here and they're committed and they actually love me. That they're here because they want to achieve something. Is there a way we can maybe differentiate?
It's usually very difficult.
Yeah,
to tell because an innocent partner would get into marriage with both legs inside marriage. If you get what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they're all invested.
When you are in love, there's a saying that love is blind, and that's very true. At times you get so blinded by love, you just don't see anything. You are not suspicious of anything. All you see is a rosy life, bed of roses.
Yeah.
You see someone who spoils you, someone who takes you out, who does this. You just can't tell.
Yeah.
Up until the person says it's over.
Wow.
Yes, because in most cases, when the relationship sours, the one who has achieved something he or she came into marriage for is the one who starts the commotion in marriage.
Wow.
That person will start creating all kinds of unnecessary conflicts.
Oh yeah.
Marriage, where there are two people, there is bound to be a conflict. That is what the psychologists say.
Hi, watcher. Just come and let us know.
You can't run away. We are not saying marriage cannot have conflict.
Right.
It's normal.
It's normal.
Where there are two people, even with us here,
yeah,
because we are two. Once in a while, we have to disagree.
Yeah.
Disagree on certain issues.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, but even with your sibling.
Yeah.
Your own blood, flesh and blood.
Yeah.
You have some conflict.
Yeah, that's true.
But at the end of the day, what matters is the resolution of conflicts.
Yeah.
So the same applies to marriage. You are bound to have conflicts, you are bound to have differences. It's normal in every marriage. In every
Naomi, thank you, sis. Yeah.
In every group of people, 2 people, 3 people, it's normal to have differences, disagreements, and what.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is that you always look forward to resolving your differences.
Yeah.
That is what helps you to grow together.
Yeah.
But when
can I read it?
Yes.
Naomi says, hey, Fifi, love how your mommy supports your channel, Naomi, on YouTube. Thank you, sis, and welcome. And please just share us out. Share me out, let somebody know that I'm here. And, you know, we're talking about when your partner, your spouse, now they are leaving.
Thank you.
Oh, Naomi says a bit of network problem on your side. Is it like the sound you can't hear me, or is it just breaking? Naomi says there's a bit of network problem on my side. Let me try to leave the studio and come back, okay? Okay, continue, Mama.
Okay. So, usually, my lawyer, I felt like he wasn't representing me well. And I asked him a question. How come I'm losing everything? How come how come I'm getting out of marriage empty-handed?
Yeah.
When I thought that we have acquired some stuff together.
Yeah.
Though it wasn't much, but
there was something.
There was something.
Yeah.
Something our child could look up to and say, be proud of the parents. So I asked my lawyer, and guess what the lawyer said to me? Your husband planned for divorce the day you got married.
Whoa.
And I just...
That's a big statement.
A very big statement. I never forget these words.
I'm sorry.
But I got to realize when I evaluated the marriage, I got to realize that indeed there was
a plan.
The truth.
Wow.
I got out of marriage with nothing.
Wow.
Except for this
For me,
this luggage that I love so much.
it's better. It's
So,
better because
another reason for these are some of the reasons. Mind you, I'm talking about reasons for divorce.
yeah.
Another reason for divorce could be some people divorce just because one of the spouses can't give birth to children, can't conceive. A woman can't conceive. A woman can't fall pregnant.
Wow.
And a husband just dumps the woman. So that means like they don't divorce a woman just because the woman can't have a child.
Oh.
Not even knowing who has a problem.
Yeah.
They just divorce.
Because sometimes it could be them.
Yes. So that's another reason.
Yeah.
Having loved the wife, having loved one marriage was going well, somebody just feels like I can't be in a marriage without children. They just go. Some will divorce because the challenges in marriage get real. He was looking forward to, comfortable life, only to realize that there are lots of demands. And he can't manage the demands in marriage.
Yeah.
He has to pay school fees. He has to pay for this. The list is endless.
Only to realize, in other words, that they were not ready to handle the responsibility.
Yes, they were not ready for
that comes with marriage.
So they just get out of marriage.
So you can already see that it doesn't mean that in every case when somebody has been divorced, they are on the wrong.
Yes,
sometimes it's about the other person and their issues.
That's why I said there are a lot of factors, so many factors.
Yeah.
Actually, I believe that young people, they really need lots and lots and lots of teachings about marriage before they get themselves into what they don't understand.
That's what I'm always saying. I'm always saying it's very important that you pursue personal development and pursue knowledge, because in the tough times, it's not how you feel that saves you, it's what you know. It's what you know that rescues you. So invest in knowledge and pursue personal development. It's not a joke. There is the spiritual aspect to why marriages end, yes, but I also believe a great deal of it comes from ignorance.
Knowledge.
Yes.
And another reason.
Yeah, but I think
is what we call the third parties.
Oh, okay.
Third parties in marriage.
Wow. Okay.
Allow me to quote the scriptures, the Bible. There's one verse I like so much. It says, "What God has put together, let no man
put asunder. That's right.
Let no man separate."
Yeah.
And people don't know how loaded that statement is.
Wow.
Marriage is a union between a man and a woman. It's a divine union. In all religions, it is called a divine union because God has instituted it. So God says, let no one separate marriage. So here we are talking about third parties.
Third party.
And usually when we talk about third parties, people only think about girlfriends, boyfriends. But there are lots of third parties.
Yeah.
But the most dangerous third party is a girlfriend or a boyfriend in marriage.
Wow, extramarital
affairs.
Yeah.
Actually, in Botswana, that seems to be the root cause of divorce.
Wow.
Root cause of divorce. When people can start off being very, loving, the marriage can be so good. Wait until one of the spouses gets tempted to cheat.
Wow.
That's the end of marriage.
Wow.
Because the one who is being used to cheat, or the one who is breaking them, I usually call them marriage breakers. But I've always said, no, these people are not to blame. If it's a woman, he has been approached by the husband. If it's a man, the woman has agreed with the man. So I don't understand why they're labeled like that.
Yeah.
So if marriage is to be divine, the two should understand, should make a commitment that under no circumstances I'm going to get tempted to
go.
Yeah, so the root cause of marriage divorce is cheating, third party. And where there are no girlfriends, boyfriends, there could be other third parties.
Okay.
In the form of relatives. Relatives. The parents can interfere in marriage.
Nice.
The siblings can interfere in marriage. The friends can interfere in marriage. Even the children who are brought into marriage can be the cause of divorce.
Yeah, like the stepchildren.
Like stepchildren who are never involved. One big mistake parents usually make when they get married, they don't call children to tell them I'm getting married.
They don't inform them.
They don't inform children.
It just comes as a big surprise.
Yes.
And then
the children learn that their parents are getting married. On the wedding, when the marriage is being preparations are ongoing.
I never got that.
That's when they are told that you're going to be a flower girl, a flower boy. What is that? Call children, sit them down. When you find a partner, I'm going to, I have found yours, you and aunt.
Yeah, just to
let them know, let them appreciate the aunt before the aunt becomes the stepmother.
Because when a parent is getting married or marrying again, it definitely involves the child, because this is a parent to this child and they have a relationship with this child, so they have the right.
They have the right to know who their parents are.
Yes. Not that they should make a choice for you.
Yes.
But just to consent of, just bring them, just make them aware.
Very true.
Because if you don't, they can form resentment against your partner who you are marrying as a parent, and they can feel already when you are divorcing and a child is dealing with the dynamics of parents divorcing. They already feel like somebody's coming in to take the place of my mother or the place of my father. So once you are marrying again as a parent, it's better to just let them know that I found somebody and I wanna. So it's something very important for the child.
So the third parties could be anybody.
Yeah.
And as married partners, you have to know that marriage is not just about the two.
Hi, watcher, let us know you're here.
It's about families being brought together. You are bringing, when you get married, you already have siblings, you already have parents, you have people around you. And you have a choice not to allow all these people to interfere in your marriage. Not saying denounce them, not saying then your parents can no longer be your parents. They will be your parents. But you teach them to know that you are married. The one they expect you to go home for Christmas. You tell them, no, I'm planning with my wife where we are going for Christmas.
That's right.
Yes, we can come there. We may not. We might go to Namibia. We might go to Cape Town. Teach them, train them, let them understand. Because parents usually don't understand that when you are married, you are no longer so much under their control.
You are not at all under their control.
Yes, you have your own family, you have your own
it's your
plans.
life now.
You plan with your spouse.
Yes, not with them.
Yes, not with them. You can plan with them as long as it involves both of you.
I gift. Yeah, that's
so
true.
That is that. And then these are the root causes of divorce. Failing to manage everybody around you, yourself, your spouse, your family. You have to. This is a big, what we call it. It's such a big package, and you are not going to throw anyone out, but you have to manage each one of them.
Nice.
So that your marriage is not destroyed.
Wow, Mama.
So these are the causes of marriage.
Yeah,
divorce. Now, the consequences of divorce.
Now they say that leaving.
Now they say that leaving. Your spouse wakes up one morning to tell you, now it's no longer death doing us part, it's me. Rather, you have made vows, you have said till death do us part. You never mentioned the High Court, you never mentioned any lawyer. So now the husband sends summons, the wife sends summons through the lawyers to say, sign, I no longer want this marriage. So what happens in the mind of the one receiving the summons? I can say it's heartbreaking. It's such a grief. It's like we have lost a loved one to death. Just grief, as you know, grief over death. Same story. You get shocked to the extent of becoming pale. Someone would say, you become pale.
Wow, it has physical implications.
Yes.
Divorce affects you even to the body.
You get pale, you get confused.
Wow.
You don't know whether to scream, to cry, to do what. You just get so confused.
And it's traumatic.
It's traumatic.
So traumatic.
So traumatic.
What's happening?
Especially when you have been looking forward to resolving the issues.
Wow, okay.
Then you become so, so confused, so traumatized.
And you had hope that things are going to be okay.
Yes.
Then suddenly, that's something that's happening.
Sometimes we have hopes, strong hopes.
That is going to be fine.
That is going to be fine.
Yeah.
But to receive the summons, it shatters all the hopes.
Wow.
And then you also you get into denial. Is it really happening to me? And then you get into bargaining. Just like when you have lost someone to death, you start asking yourself, where did I go wrong? What have I done?
You start to have self-blame.
You start blaming yourself. You start looking at your contributions. What have I done? What did I do wrong? Then you see yourself as a failure.
Okay.
You think like, I have failed. I have failed my children. I failed my parents. I failed this.
The whole of community.
The whole community. How are people going to look at me?
Wow.
And then you start thinking about the stigmatization.
The embarrassment.
About the embarrassment.
Shame.
It just has a lot.
Is this the reason why some people find it difficult to walk out of a marriage when they know that it's just getting them to the point of death? Maybe there's abuse, physical abuse, things like that. Is it the reason why some people find it hard to walk away because of shame? What will people say?
Most probably.
Wow.
But a lot of times it's not about shame. It's about hope.
They have hope that things will
They have hope that things will get better.
Even after summons.
Even after summons. There are those who still believe that, no, it can't happen to me.
Oh.
So that is that.
Yeah.
So the consequences of divorce are as bad as having lost someone to death.
So there's no better.
You feel like it's the end of the world. You feel like, where do I go from here?
Is there a best way of breaking the news that somebody's leaving, like whether they summon somebody at work with papers or whether they tell them, hey, I'm gonna go, I'm divorcing? Is there a better way, or is it all the same? it's just as bad as any method of breaking the news because divorce is divorce. Is there a more decent approach to just letting somebody know that you're going?
So sometimes the most decent would be to communicate with the person.
Yeah.
I think this marriage doesn't work. Let's call it quits. So some people would communicate directly.
Wow.
Then you know that okay, if that is the case, go for continue with the divorce process. Then you are in agreement. You are not shocked. You are not surprised to receive the summons.
So when this comes,
but there are some people who would be full of anger, bitterness, who would be full of pride, arrogance, you can imagine.
Yeah.
And they don't care how you take it. Some would even divorce you when you are very happy. Yeah. When everything is okay. When there's no quarrel, nothing.
That's when they want to divorce.
Yes. You can imagine someone inviting you, taking you out, and maybe for shopping for something, or maybe for a dinner. You have fun together, you are happy, and thereafter you receive the summons.
Wow.
There are people like that.
Yeah.
There are people who just do that, and you start wondering, but why? And that's the most heartbreaking method of divorce. They think they don't want to hurt you, yet they are destroying you. So divorce has got lots of
dynamics,
lots of consequence dynamics that are so painful. And the worst of them all is having to communicate with children.
Oh, yeah.
What happened? And you have to sit the children down, let them know that dad is gone, mom is gone. It's very difficult. A lot of people don't do that, but it's very critical to sit with children, let them know, give them your side of the story, and refer them to the other parent to go and get his or her side of the story.
But you know, the thing is, Mama, even if it's like this, one parent hardly ever says, "This was my wrong. This was my fault. This was my part in the matter." There's two sides to a story. In fact, other people say three: your side, my side, and the truth. But sometimes a parent, in most cases, nobody's ready to say, "This is what I went wrong." Yes, usually the one parent is blaming the other parent. One parent is saying your mother this, the other parent is saying your father. So it's hardly the case that somebody can just open up to the children and say, okay, this is where I missed it. But it's very important to do that for children because it helps with closure. Not only does it help them to get closure, it helps them to take lessons from the experiences of their parents, from the divorce of their parents. You know, yes.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
You will never get to the bottom of the story because it sounds like each one is on the defensive side. Yeah. But if the divorce, but you are doing that not to say support me. Yeah. A reasonable parent does not tell children about divorce to solicit their support. You are telling parents, the children, so that they make their own judgment. Yeah. Even if you don't tell the truth, even if the father or the mother doesn't tell the truth, the children will grow up
to observe some truth for themselves.
Know. Our current children don't divorce any one of the parents. Ghana is the parents divorcing. Children are not getting divorced. Yeah. Children will be visiting both parents. They'll be running in between the parents. Yeah. And as they run in between the parents, they will add up the two sides.
That's true, ma'am.
They will add up the two sides. Then as they grow up, internalize the stories they've been told. They will get to know who exactly denied them the opportunity to have a family set up.
Wow.
Who exactly denied them opportunity to prosper, to have peace and joy and whatever. They will get to know just from the two stories. The two stories, even if whoever will tell the untrue story, some people can exaggerate so much that even a child can tell, hey, mom can't do this.
Wow.
Dad can't do this. They will get to know until they stay with their parents.
Yeah.
They know when their parents are angry. They know when their parents are happy. They know how each parent expresses their emotions.
Yeah. Well,
then
they
will get to know.
Yeah, mama.
So these are the consequences of divorce. And on the one who is being divorced, they are so bad.
Wow.
You can get emotionally distressed.
It's like rejection.
It's like rejection. You can get traumatized. You can even get sick if you are not careful. You can develop some sicknesses you never had before. Stress-related sicknesses, blood pressure, diabetes, what. You can even end up dying just because you are stressed. You can't manage yourself.
Wow.
Yes.
So people must marry people that are ready and try to establish who is really variable, because of the dynamics that come with a divorce. And sometimes the effects last a lifetime. Sometimes the effects, hi sis, hi Kev. Oh, Kev is another big sister from another mother.
Okay.
Yeah, we've never met face to face, but she's been around on Facebook. So thank you so much for being here, sis. I appreciate you so much. We're talking about, dealing with divorce. We're talking about marriage who's ready and the consequences of having a partner that says they are leaving. So thank you for coming and for joining us. So Mama, that's just the thing. But what about like once now you have dealt with the news is broken to you, whether it's presented in a way that it's it's a surprise at work, or the person has told you you're still gonna deal with the aftermath. So after all these things have come, like you feel rejected, it's like death, because part of your identity when you divorce is taken away from you aggressively. So when you've dealt with all these things, who's that? Who's Mutemet? Oh, the covered. So when it's like this, Mama, what do you do? A person has just been told they're getting divorced. They've dealt with everything, the grief, the self-pity, the anger, the self-blame. By the way, when you're grieving, it's important to allow yourself to feel how you need to feel, right? Don't skip the grieving stage when you're going through a divorce. If you have to get angry, get angry. If you have to feel self-pity, like, why did I let this happen? Maybe it's me, I'm to blame. Allow yourself to grieve, because like Mama was saying, it's a loss. Just that the person is alive, but allow yourself to go through the grieving stage so that you do not find yourself, you don't find yourself now like, having problems that have stayed with you for so long, and you're actually taking them out on the children. So please let yourself deal with this thing and go get help. But now the help part of it, what do we do? What does a person do when they are now dealing with this divorce thing? Do I go
the
to
most important thing is to seek counseling?
Seek counseling.
Yes.
So get help.
Because you are hating so deeply, especially if you thought you were doing everything in your power to save the marriage.
Wow.
You get so hurt.
Yeah.
Unless you didn't care, unless you were
not attached
of the same WhatsApp group.
Oh.
Yes. So if you really were into the marriage, you feel you can get depressed. So you need counseling, definitely. The first step is after grieving, after allow yourself to cry as much as you can. And allow yourself to go through the stages of grief. Yes, you may, sometimes people will think you are not normal, but you are normal. You are just experiencing going through grief.
Yeah.
You tend to become forgetful, you tend to become irritable at times, you tend to a lot of things. Yes, you go through that, but with caution. Be cautious. I don't like people who take out who vent on other people.
But you can vent without knowing.
Yeah, but you have to be cautious. That's why I say be cautious.
Yeah, but
be cautious that when you get to work, you focus on your work. Don't try, if you know that it's too much on you, rather go on leave. So that you cry home, you get over that pain. Go for counseling, seek help. If you're a Christian, go to church as much as you can. And then try a lot of activities that can engage your mind so much that
you take your mind off things.
You take your mind off the pain.
Wow. Okay.
Maybe I'll share with you what I did after when I was going through that pain. I remember I got 2 jobs.
Wow.
I got a part-time job at a private school where I would go in the evenings.
What were you doing?
I was teaching in the evening at the night school.
Oh.
And then I enrolled with the university to do my master's degree. Well, at the moment I got divorced, I enrolled with the university to do my master's degree part-time. So after work, I would go to rush to university for my lessons. With part-time, we would go after working hours. Yeah. So I would rush there. From the lessons of university, I would go to a night school for teach to teach. I would teach, and then I also had a little baby to look after. So yeah, I had this little one. Yeah. She was a toddler. Wow. So I had to give her attention after work. We spent an hour with her, rush to school, from school, rush to night school. You know, I was doing a lot of things.
At the same time.
Yes. After school, I would be, I was a patron of the scripture union. I would assemble the young boys and girls and teach them Christian living. Okay. Yeah, you can see
you kept yourself busy.
I was busy. I piloted a social club at the senior school I was teaching at. I introduced this big social club and it did very well. Very well. So I would unite teaching staff, non-teaching staff.
Hi,
I had
hi, Mandy.
This
Thank you for being
social club. I would organize Christmas parties. I would organize.
But are you hearing? Sorry, Mandy. Are you hearing? Are you able to hear me even though the screen is frozen? It must be a network thing. Just let me know if you can hear me very well and you can hear us. I think because of the network, we're really going to have to consider doing pre-recorded instead of live for YouTube especially. We'll see how it is with Facebook. But if we are having network problems consistently, maybe we should do pre-recorded because somebody is saying they're trying to watch, but the screen is frozen. So we might have to look into that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
At least we have options. Like we're recording on Facebook and on YouTube.
Yeah, but we don't know how Facebook is going to perform. She's saying I can hear but can't see. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But thank you for coming all the same, sis. We're just dealing with divorce dynamics. We're gonna be handling this issue in different segments over, the next few weeks with my mom while she's with me here. So thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I think we'll just kind of switch to pre-recorded. So So just record it and we'll upload it, so that it's very clear.
So I was saying,
keep yourself busy.
Yes, keep yourself busy.
Yeah.
Find things to do.
Yeah.
If you're a Christian, don't quit church, but be very active. So I was very, very active in church. I would never miss any service. I would go during the week and I would do a lot of things, a lot of activities. At the same time, I would be crying whenever
when you're alone.
I was alone.
So it doesn't take from the fact that you still have to grieve and you still have to do it. So keeping yourself busy is not to say ignore that the problem is actually there. So sometimes people
at night cry.
People keep themselves so busy sometimes that they are doing it to ignore the problem, not they need to run away from the problem. It shouldn't be a runaway thing.
No, so not at all. I would cry at night. Even I remember when I was going for my master's degree lessons in the evenings. There was a time I would get to class and then I would just feel like crying. I would go to the toilet and cry.
Yeah.
Or wash my face, go back to class, focus.
Wow.
And amazingly, I excelled in my studies that I've never done before. And I managed to graduate. I did well. I got high marks. So it was just...
It was one of those things. So thank you, Mama. You're basically saying that what you do when you're now dealing with the aftermath of receiving the news of, a partner divorcing, you really want to talk to somebody, get with somebody and get help, get counseling, start therapy, okay? And where to go, you need to get out there. Places like counseling, psychologists, therapists, marriage counselors, social workers, pastors at church. For those of you that are, people of faith, go to your faith leader. Go to a place where you can say, "This is what I'm going through. I need help." So don't be in denial. And no matter how much you try to stay and convince the other person, well, usually when someone says a person in divorce papers, it means they are done. They've made up their mind that they want to go. So it's almost like there's no amount of convincing that you can ever do. So sometimes I know, especially women, will just stay with the hope that, oh, this person will come around, they'll change their mind, they'll be able to just, consider the children, but I understand children don't make a person to stay. If a person wants to go, they'll just go. It doesn't matter how many children are involved. So that's the issue with divorce. Please, you need to get help.
And in addition to that, not only that, you also have to see to it that you help yourself. It's your life at stake here.
Yeah. Naomi says frozen. Sorry, sis, but you can hear me, right? While looking at just doing pre-recorded from here because of the network. I'm sorry. Thank you, sis.
So you also take some steps of assisting yourself. You can get counseled, but if you are not ready, it might not work for you.
So you have to come to a point where you acknowledge that there is a problem.
And at the same time, you are getting counseling. Also, do other things that can help you overcome the pain.
Wow.
And you can think of stress management techniques.
Like
exercising, join the gym. If you have never been to the gym room, go to the gym room, get into the machines, treadmills, bicycles. The psychologists say when you run, when you engage in an intensive, what do you call it? This exercise,
high intensity
exercise. They say you produce a hormone,
happy hormones,
of happiness,
endorphin
hormone.
Wow.
So do something.
Yeah.
Just don't sit home and cry all the day. No.
So how do I check the speed, Naomi? Just let me know.
Crying is okay, but don't develop a habit of crying because it will kill you.
Wow.
Go out to gym. Go out to meet with people. Especially
become social.
Be social.
Wow.
Sociable.
Yeah.
And if you're a football fan like myself, go to the football games, go to the national stadium or any other stadium, watch football.
Wow.
And enjoy watching your team
playing football.
Yes, even on TV, you can watch TV. If you are a Christian, go to church, be active in all the church activities. So that these are some of the things you can do to overcome that stress. And I want to testify that ever since I got divorced, it was very painful, but I never had hypertension in my life. Instead, the one who divorced got it. I never got it. I never developed I never became diabetic. I never had any stress-related disease.
I thank God for that.
Yes, by God's grace, by God's grace.
Yeah.
Because I became focused on my Christian principles. And above all, if you want to survive longer, forgive.
Wow.
It's very difficult, I know, but make up your mind. You will be angry, you will be this and that, and
it's okay.
Over a long time, a period of time, you'll be angry, you'll be talking a lot, but there's a point in time when you should say to you, I forgive, I let go. And then if you are not in talking terms with your ex, whatever, you get into talking terms. Canada children.
There's children.
Yes, even if the father doesn't support the children, even if the mother doesn't care about the children, get into talking terms because one day you have to meet to discuss
the children, maintenance,
marriage, and what
visiting,
and
things
at
like
times some spouses when they divorce children.
Wow. Yeah.
But don't take it to heart as a woman. Stand strong
for the child.
Stand strong. Be there for your children. Rather be labeled a poor woman and your children are happy.
Hi, Karen.
So that's all I can say.
Yeah, thank you, Mama. I appreciate it. My YouTube family, let me just apologize for the network issues. Everybody that came on today was talking about network breaking. The screen is freezing. But thank you so much for coming throughout the session. We will definitely try and make sure that now we do pre-recorded so that you can access the program in the form of a pre-recorded. Just note that we're going to be doing this every day, guys. Even you, the Facebook fam, we're going to be doing this every day for as long as Mama is here. So by the grace of God, I believe that the people that should come to these broadcasts, God will send them here. And by the grace of God, we will touch one life and another life and another life. So I thank you all for being here. Please pardon me for the network issue. Pardon me for that. We're definitely going to fix it. So I just don't know how it's going to be on Facebook, Mama, but I think for the sake of YouTube, we'll just have to do pre-recorded and try to upload them on YouTube, on Facebook, our Facebook pages as well, so that people can see high quality, proper resolution, video. Naomi was saying I should check the speed of the internet. I'll definitely do that. I don't know if she's around to just say, to just help me with that, but we'll try and refresh that and check it out also, or maybe we'll call them. We'll call the network provider to say this is happening, guys. So thank you so much, Mama, for being here. But one last element, we've talked about what a person can do to deal with the effects, the aftermath of being summoned with divorce, or when the news is broken to them that the partner is now divorcing. But this is something that a person would do when they're not in denial. The things that you just stated, like let's go for counseling, let's get therapy, get with somebody, talk to somebody, become sociable, keep yourself busy, have things to do. Don't just sit and yourself and all that, it would be for a category of people that I believe are accepting. But what about the category of people that are in denial? What about the category of people that cannot accept that this person has left or is really saying that they're going? What do we do in this case?
They need a lot of teaching. They need a lot of, they really need to listen to such talks.
And don't they need patience? Because
they need
somebody must
to surround themselves with people who have gone through the same experience. So that
hi Shares.
So that they get
Sharon.
Oh, hi Sharon.
Partial.
Okay.
Shares
so
says hi Ofa and Ma, love and miss you. Thank you for being here, Shares. I'm sorry about the camera, the picture quality because of the network. It's so good.
We'll watch later the pre-recorded.
Hey, hi Naomi. Thank you so much.
Hi.
Sorry about the network. What's going on, girl? People are saying it's freezing.
Okay. Yeah, the network is very bad.
The network is bad, sis. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry about this.
But there's an option.
You know, I think after this we'll be able to just do pre-recorded and just upload. I think it's easier that way.
You'll watch it later, don't worry.
No, they can't watch it. This one, once we're done, we're done. The next segment, yeah. But no, tomorrow. Yeah, when we after.
I'm sorry, I can't hear any. I can't hear, like, it's breaking so much.
I'm sorry, sis.
So I was saying,
I'm sorry.
Such category people will need, such a category of people will need to surround themselves with people who have gone through the similar experience, so that they get to really understand that divorce is not the end of life. And they also need to surround themselves with genuine friends. Because usually when we go through certain phases in life,
Shares, please come on with the link.
You get to lose a lot of people in your life. I don't know what happens. What happens because somebody might campaign you. It's very unfortunate that in a divorce, there are some people who can go out all the way to go around and spread all kinds of negative issues about you, to have themselves clean. There are people who want to be clean at the expense of other people. So they'll go around and you will be crying in the house. Somebody will be going around telling people how terrible you are, how bad you are. And people who knew you from childhood, some get confused. Some would say, maybe she has changed. Maybe he has changed. And then you lose people. So if you're in denial, you have to be very careful that you don't get depressed. You don't get a burnout.
Denial is bad.
It's bad.
That's how we can put it, because somebody that is in denial may not even know that they don't know that they're in denial sometimes. They don't know they need help. And they don't even know they need help. So they can't acknowledge what they may not be able to do.
They delay the healing process.
They do.
Yes, because if the healing process is slowed down, you are likely to get a burnout, you are likely to get depression, and before you realize it, you will be having a mental problem. Wow. And I wouldn't like anyone to get there.
Yes. I think for today, let's just break here, because we're going to come back anyway tomorrow.
Yes.
We're coming back with another dynamic to this. So let me just say, for now, let's just stop here. I think we've done so well. I don't know.
Thank you, my girl.
Thank you so much for coming on, Mama. I really appreciate it. Thank you, my YouTube fam. I'm so sorry about the internet issue. Facebook, if you guys have been experiencing internet issue, have been experiencing some, Wi-Fi connection issues on my side. I'm so sorry about that. Also, we are gonna be working on that. Okay, I promise, because you matter so much to us. And thank you so much for being here. Those that watched and joined us and commented and just interacted. We thank you so much. We'd love to have you again tomorrow. Just make sure that same time, 12 noon, 12 p.m. GMT plus 2 for those on YouTube, you are here, okay, so that we can continue with divorce dynamics. There's going to be a different segment every day as long as my mom is with me for this festive season. So I thank you all for coming, and I love you guys all. Remember that I am a makeup artist also, apart from an inspirator. So I've got the FifiRich Bold Black makeup brush set. You can just DM me on my number, or you can just like email or something, just to make inquiries and make a payment plan. Okay, so also you can get with me for consultation. My makeup artistry deals with beginners and people that are generally on a budget but want to know how to do the makeup, and just if you want to enhance your makeup skill. Okay, so you can book for a consultation. We can do a free discovery call where you let me know your your pain areas, your pain points when it comes to makeup. And we also have things like personal branding and tutorials on my YouTube channel. So check that out if you just wanna get with some tutorials, simple beginner friendly stuff. So thank you so much. If you want to give us feedback, feel free to DM, just send a message, WhatsApp. We are very approachable. Let us know how this has helped you and the next person. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and like the page, and just send me a friend request if for whatever reason somebody has shared this with you. Thank you so much. I will see you guys soon. We love you all.
Thank you, viewers.
Bye, guys. Wow.